Welcome to Development Reimagined, an award-winning, African-owned, African-led and women-led international development consultancy headquartered in Beijing with offices in Nairobi and London. Our flagship project, Africa Reimagined, is a China market entry service platform targeted at high-end and sustainable African brands. Its mission is to cultivate sustainable, impactful development through helping high-end African brands who keep their value added within the African continent to enter the large, growing and potentially lucrative Chinese market. Our array of comprehensive services includes tailored Chinese market research, IP and trademark registration, strategic marketing and branding, assistance in finding Chinese business partners, and onboarding onto both online and offline retail channels. One of our major services is supporting African brands with participating in high-profile Chinese expos, and in particular the China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo. We've participated in every expo since it first began in 2019 to create a space for some of Africa's most innovative and famous brands to introduce their products to the Chinese market. The China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo is a biannual event co-organized by China's Ministry of Commerce and Hunnan's provincial government. It is considered to be an extremely effective way to deepen China-Africa economic and trade ties. Our attendance at the Expo has been hugely successful and resulted in 29 African brands from 11 African countries with entering the Chinese market. This, in turn, has contributed to these brands scaling up their businesses and creating more jobs in their local economies. Since the first Expo in 2019, we've seen a shift away from displays of primarily raw agricultural and unbranded products to high-quality, value-added and branded products such as wine, roasted coffee, skincare, as well as some fashion and jewelry. This year's Expo was the biggest and most successful yet. It was reported that it showcased nearly 1,600 kinds of commodities from 29 African countries and attracted over 9,000 buyers and over 100,000 professional visitors. But in our view, this isn't enough. Most Chinese consumers and business persons are still unaware of the high-quality products Africa has to offer beyond food and beverage. Thus, for large-scale manufacturing in Africa to become a reality, things need to progress much faster. Enter Africa Reimagined. We promote a much greater variety of high-end African brands in China, from fashion to jewelry to furniture. We do this to generate more understanding of and demand for African products, which can help create new jobs and income within Africa, and ultimately accelerate the shift to seeing Africa as the manufacturing hub of the world. With the support of our partner, the Afro-Exim Bank, this year was also our biggest and most successful expo yet, and even more impact was made. First, we had the honor of exhibiting the largest number of luxury African brands we've ever had, from 7 in 2019 to 20 brands from 8 different countries this year. Second, we made record-breaking sales, marking a 350% increase from the last Expo in 2021. This year's exhibitors were dominated by some of Africa's most successful fashion and accessory brands, including Max Hoser, Larry J, Jessica Jane, Art Club and Friends, Taibo Bakar, Mafi Mafi, Quingina, Nakanda Yatu, Pepper Rowe, Yene, and Zaf. For the first time, we supported our fashion brands with participating in a high-level fashion show and networking event at the Expo, which resulted in excellent media exposure and the opportunity to meet with business partners. Meanwhile, the globally renowned Ghanaian skincare brand Skin Gourmet, the award-winning South African gin brand Monk's Gin, the South African wine brand Aris Atos, and the Rwandan coffee brand Green Mountain Arabica Coffee joined a successful business matchmaking event hosted by the International Trade Center in the Hunan Gaochao Grand Market. These brands garnered so much attention throughout the expo that they sold out their products before the last day of the event. Africa Reimagined's presence at the Expo did not go unnoticed. We and our brands secured interviews with prominent Chinese news agencies like CGTN, Mango TV, and China Financial News. In addition, the BBC World Service Focus on Africa podcast featured an exclusive interview with the CEO of Skin Gourmet, Miss Violet Amoa Bing, and our own CEO, Miss Hannah Ryder. Many African ambassadors and dignitaries to China visited our booth, including the ambassadors of Rwanda, Senegal, and South Sudan, along with the mayor of Entebbe. Every single one commented on the uniqueness and quality of the products on display in our booth. Alongside the Expo, we also hosted our third China market entry training program with top industry experts in Beijing for the brands to gain a detailed understanding of the Chinese market and how to navigate it. All 20 of the brands who participated clearly saw that there is a great deal of opportunity for their brands in China. Therefore, they are continuing their journey to this day into the Chinese market with the support of Africa Reimagined. Are you ready to be part of this extraordinary journey? Visit our website, africareimagined.com, to learn more about how we support luxury and sustainable African brands with entering the Chinese market.